guys, Well Lee here. In this video, I'll be talking about Anbernic's latest handheld RG351V. First of all, let me show you the games that I'll be featuring today. I mean, I can be talking about all of this game like everybody else, but that will be taking us forever. So let's instead focus on these three games. Which are Castlevania Symphony of the Night from PS1 and the two IGA Castlevania on Game Boy Advance. Also, I'm not showing off or anything, as I know too many guys from the server who have more toys than I do. I mean, I do have some unique stuff like this one, molded from a Motorola cell phone, but I do this mostly tell you that I know to an extent what I'm talking about, and I won't be talking about OGS because it's not fair without the PS Vita joystick mold. Well, if you are looking at my video, chances are you're already a fan of Anbernic, and today let's talk about the newest RG351V versus the RG351M and RG350M. So without further ado, let the unboxing start. Well, it is indeed a bigger box and a bigger device. I mean, it's nice to have all these little things. The real improvement is the 640 by 480 screen and the dual TF card. Of course, the bigger battery is always nice, but it's probably the biggest Anbernic handheld device yet, which makes it a hell lot better vertical device than that RG350V, especially when you have big hands like me. Well then, showtime. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is probably my all-time favorite. It was the first PS1 game that I beat on my first PC. I like Pop from Retro RGB's statement. Gaming was not illegal in China. It was just something our parents won't consider. They would prefer to pay double to buy us a PC than a PlayStation. Even a budget PC then costs about twice as much as a PS1 and can barely play any PS1 title. I mean, I did not know how smooth Symphony of the Night was till I later played it on a better PC. I probably have been playing it with just 10 frames per second then, and it still, was a lot of fun. By the way, the Japanese voice acting is just so much better. Well, as you all probably know, we can get through here without being stripped naked by this asshole Death. But probably you don't want to do it if it's your first time playing it, as it will render the game, well, at least the first half, very, very easy, and you won't be even having the urge to try out new gears till way later in the game, just taking most of the fun out of this gameplay. A Symphony of the Night is a game that I play through every 2-3 years, and each time with different hardwares. So this time I started about 1 year ago trying to find a better, portable solution, and let me just say it has not been easy. As you can probably see by now that I actually turned on the scanline filter, it is looking a lot closer to how it is on a actual RGB CRT. With RG351M being the wrong aspect ratio as well as the wrong resolution, we can probably see that RG351M is not the best choice for PlayStation titles, and the same can be said about NES, SNES, as well as most of the other near 240p games, as they were all designed for CRT and they will probably look better with scanlines. Of course, I won't be claiming to have already figured out as good as I can. Probably you can find a better filter for your need if you have a proper 480p 4:3 screen instead of a 240p. Here, let me show you how. And also, let me just show you a bit how much I've done with my RG351M. First time ever, I got to this 200% map thing on my own. Well, as for these two Castlevanias on GBA, I mean, I'm pretty noob when it comes to camera in general. All my fans have been mocking me for all this blur image I've been taking over the years. So I won't be expecting you to see how good it is to play the GBA games on the RG351M by this video alone. GBA is natively 240 by 160. RG351M happens to be exact 4 times that, and that means emulator can use 4 pixel as 1 and achieve a near pixel perfect state for gaming. That would result in more crisp image as well as a lot less latency. However, even packed with a higher resolution, the RG351V nor the RG350M are any match for the RG351M when it comes to the GBA and other handheld consoles like Game Boy, NGP, and WS. Not to mention that RG351M is built with just enough buttons to turbo everything, and the result is, as you can see, I can do the jump double strike thing on Castlevania without actually smashing my buttons. Well, the reason that I'm not testing Dreamcast and PSP titles is because simply, the RG351M and RG351V having the exact same SoC. Therefore, if you have the performance data on the RG351M, then you can expect the result, very similarly on the RG351V. If you don't know where to check that, I mean, you can check out Fox and Virtual Game Corps. These two are my source for information like this. Well, when it comes to GBA titles, we all know how bad the original GBA screen is, or the screens are. There are various GBA screens on the market. But the open source handheld is nicely filling the gap for that particular need to have a better screen for your Game Boy Advance experience. As for the PS1 emulation, I personally prefer to have a future turn on. However, that will require the most recent gen of handhelds, which the RG351M just simply won't make the cut. And that is the reason why I chose these 3 games to display in this video, because Castlevania has, darker scenes than most games, and that exposes how good or how bad the screens are. As for which to choose, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to play home console games or arcade games, then probably I'll say the RG351V is your current best bet. Well, on the other hand, if you want to play mostly on the handheld console, then probably you are better off with the RG351M. And that's about all I want to talk about today. Thanks for watching. Till next time, guys. Bye bye.